snacking.
It's funny because he's fat.
How can we be rock stars if we're not living like rock stars?
Snap good, spot down, Walsh's kick is up, and it is no good, he missed it! Are you kidding me? The season can't end like that! He missed it left! And the Seattle Seahawks are off to Charlotte. Oh yes! 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 We got it, baby! We got it! We got it! Woo! Woo! We got it!
Looks like a radio station. Hey, listen. The request lines are now open. KGFJ Soul Radio.
16 yards, second 26 on the 41, they say. Tunga Vailoa going downfield. He's got a man open. Oh, my God. Touchdown. Alabama has won it. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? It's a new champion.
Yeah, I called her up. She gave me a bunch of crap about me not listening to her enough or something. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention.
Firm, but with little give. Yep, these are medium rare.
What if somebody wants theirs well done?
We ask them politely yet firmly to leave.
Everyone loves a good comeback story, right? Seabiscuit, yes.
Kim Kardashian.
Well,
In the video, she gets cum on her back, I think.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It doesn't matter where you are. This is Beer Belly Sports. We're coming to you live from Bemidji, Minnesota. If you don't know where that is about, I don't know, 2 hours away from the old Canadian border. And, I mean, it could be way worse. It's not cold yet. I mean, it has been cold all winter, but now we have spring slowly making its way. I'm Ed Geffrey. Joining me today, like always, the man, the myth, the legend, the Minnesota dad himself. Hey, bud, how you doing?
Yeah, that's me.
Hey there, bud. We are being fueled by one of the greatest pizza places of all time, and that is the great 7th Ave Pizza. 7th Ave Pizza, before pizza became trendy.
How trendy is it?
It's very trendy. We got the Lucky 7 today. It's one of my favorites. So I really want them to do a pizza for us that's called Beer Belly. That would be elite. So want to throw that out there?
So just pizza that's basically just beer, right?
I mean, you can use it for whatever.
I know. I get what you mean. Yeah, no. Yeah, fuck yeah.
I would like to have us design it. Shout out, Matt. Anyways, we're
delicious.
Also, it is delicious. Yeah, so we had you finished yours already. Shock.
I had to.
And it was really hot, so I have one slice left. So I'm sorry. So
no, it's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine. Also being the other sponsor. I can't talk today. The other sponsor today is Herbs and Gerbs here in Bemidji. That's our other sponsor. So thank you so much for Herbs and Gerbs here in Bemidji. We're also being streaming live right now on YouTube. Is that correct?
We are streaming right now live on YouTube. You can go to YouTube, look up Beer Belly Sports. You should be able to find us. We should be there.
We're there, huh?
We should be there. Go give us a look. Go see what you can find on us. And yeah, maybe you like what you see. I don't know.
Hopefully.
I don't know what you like. Hopefully you like what you see, but I do. Matt.
Yes, bud.
We got something that we've been waiting to do for a while.
Yes, sir. What's that?
So actually, I guess you haven't know. I was gonna wait to get your opinion on if we should change the cover photo as well. But I already changed the logo. Yes, for those of you who do not know, we have a new logo, and here it is. I'll put it up on the screen for you. New logo, Beer Belly Sports. Check this shit out. It's simple. It's nice. It's clean. It's professional.
It's elite.
It is elite. It looks nice. It looks spiffy. That's the new look we're going for. And overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm happy with the new logo. I'm happy with it's simplistic. I still think it fits the up north vibe with the lumberjack with the axes.
Yep.
And I like it. I like it. With especially the colors, the color scheme we have, I feel like is very Minnesota in general. Like, with the blue that we have, it's like twins colors.
Yep.
So, no, I'm glad you like it. I did somewhat design it, somewhat.
And you did a lot better than I would have done it. Oh, fuck it, that's good enough.
What happens. Whatever happens, happens.
We're also being we're being streamed live on Spreaker as well too. Like always, that's how we get our audio. That's how you listen to us live on Spreaker.
Check us out on Spreaker right now.
And also later on tonight, or even tomorrow morning, I've seen it sometimes tomorrow morning, that we'll be on iTunes, Amazon Podcasts, Spreaker as well, Spotify, and a few others as well. Like we said last week, that we are on now iHeart. I didn't put that on here. Shit. Yeah, we're on iHeart now too, so don't forget about that. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well too, and TikToks. We're slowly trying to get our TikTok game up for Beer Belly Sports, so we can start doing lives on our TikToks.
Yeah,
I think we can do lives on Twitter, but it's kind of hard. I know the program that you have right now, you can do it. It just takes time, and we'll get there. I'm not worried about that.
We'll get there. I believe in us.
Later on tonight, we're going to have the man, the myth, the legend, and I'm going to butcher his last name. We're going to have Ted Swartzley. Swartzl? I'm so bad at names.
Oh, my God.
I'm so sorry.
I can't believe you.
But Ted from Twins Daily, he's going to be joining us later on tonight. Maybe thinking about half hour roughly.
Yeah, we'll get into baseball later, but just a little sneak peek is you will know. You probably have seen Ted's tweets first off.
Oh, for sure.
If you've been following what's been happening the last few days, if you've been following any baseball stuff, you will know who Ted is on Twitter. But again, we'll get into more baseball stuff later. But I guess the first thing we got to get out of the way is is it shit?
I get a liner for it, but do you want to do a quick little intro for it?
I can do a little intro for it. So basically, Is it shit? I go to the liquor store. I pick out a random alcohol that we usually wouldn't get, or is just, maybe something new to try out. I bring it here. Matt doesn't know what it is.
No
I
idea.
do. And show him live on stream, live on the air too. We crack it open. We take a drink. We see if it's shit.
Pretty simple.
Pretty simple solution here. So, Matt, I would like you to stall while I go grab the alcohol.
We call this in the business stretch. We stretch it out as much as we can. So with that being said, I'm looking forward to this. Last week we did a vodka lemonade that came from Iowa. I was not going to lie. It was okay. The aftertaste wasn't as good. I was not impressed. I don't know. It had a very tin type taste. It was shit.
It wasn't shit, but it wasn't
it. It wasn't. I mean, it was. Could have been better. It was the middle of the road for me. Even the can design was middle of the road for me too. So there's that. Okay, closing my eyes. Jesus Christ, Dad.
Fucking look.
I didn't look.
Don't look.
I'm not. I know.
All
You gotta yell
I'll
at me.
show you because it looks pretty. Here's the looks that you're gonna get.
I won't look at the camera.
Don't look at anything. Don't look at anything.
I'm not. Stop yelling at me.
It kind of fits the thing we're going for. Anyways, okay. So I'm gonna set it down. You can't look.
Can I look yet?
No, I'm gonna set it down first.
Okay.
I gotta get myself situated. Okay.
I have my hand out. I have my hand out waiting for this thing. I'm parched. I need something.
I don't care about your handouts.
Okay.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
This one I will say, you've heard of the brand.
Okay.
But I doubt you've tried this.
Okay. Okay, this fucker's huge. No, he made it feel it.
I just put all my fucking weight on that bitch, okay?
Can I look at it now?
You can look at it. I would also scooch in a little bit more, but...
Okay.
I'll scooch a little bit more this way just to get in the camera frame. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry, just to let you know. I don't want you to fall out of frame.
Why is your camera like... Doesn't feel like it's in the right spot today.
It's where it always is. The welcome's right in the middle. Anyways, we're looking at some Grey Duck Bomba Juice. Spirited seltzer. Now, I'm not a big seltzer person, but I saw the Grey Duck. And if you're a monster who says goose, you can go shove it.
Fuck you.
Because the original Scandinavian translation is Grey Duck. Just letting y'all know out there.
You're very passionate about that.
Oh, I am. Trust me. You are wrong if you say goose, and I'm sorry they were raised wrong. It's, honestly, kind of odd. Kind of weird. Kind of sus, as I hear the kids say.
The sus. I had to learn what that is because I don't know what the fuck that means.
Because you have kids and you have to learn that.
Well, okay. Tell for people who are older, what the hell does sus mean?
I feel like sus is kind of self-explanatory. Just like
Suspect?
suspicious, suspicious. Like you're acting
suspicious.
like hey, you're acting suspicious. That'd be just shortened. Like, hey, yo, you acting sus. Hey, you sus. You're suspicious.
We're gonna start a new segment that say, "Ask a Gen Z." Just
how much of a boomer is Matt? That's the segment.
Okay, first of all, I'm not that.
Anyways, we're getting away from the fact that we got to try this gray duck, and I don't have my McGolden with me. I don't know. I kind of was rushing to get here as early as possible, but I do have my Loon Juice, and I do love my Loon Juice. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Officially, unofficially sponsored.
We
are literally working on sponsorships right now.
Hey, maybe we'll get. Is it shit sponsored?
Hey.
But also, wouldn't it really suck if you like spent the money to get your drink on? Is it shit? And we call it shit.
So what you got to do is not find anything that would be hurtful for the sponsors.
Well, no, they have to ask us. They could be like, "Hey, we want to be on. Is it shit?" And as I have tears in my eyes, I have to be like, "No, it's not that bad. It's fine.
It's fine. Everything's fine."
All right. Well, let's get close to the mic.
Ready?
Get close to. Well,
Okay.
wait. I gotta get a grip. Gotta get my grippy.
Okay, Aerosmith.
Ready?
Ready? I'm ready.
Jesus. Oh my God. Oh.
Oops, a daisy.
Oh, that doesn't happen usually.
I gotta see
later.
the replay on it. My reaction on camera was not.
Oh my gosh, you are loud. Oh, you didn't. No, fuck you.
Sorry.
Is it
shit? Sorry, I was too much in the moment. I had this before, so I'm not. And it's
kind of just tastes like sparkling water. Tastes like black cherry sparkling water. That's kind of dangerous.
It is pretty dangerous.
Huh?
I spilled everywhere. I'm already in trouble enough how it is today. I really don't want to get more trouble.
Wow. Yeah, that's.
It's. Should we go with a can? We'll go work away from out to in.
Well, first off, I love the can.
Agree. Me
I
too.
think this also fits. We're wearing our twin stuff.
Yep.
I think this really fits well with what we're wearing. If you're, if you can take a little peek at this here, so that looks pretty nice overall. Again, the gray duck having their right in the middle, the foot jumping into the gray duck. I think gray duck just has a very nice and clean logo.
I agree.
Which, I feel, you ask a snob, they're like, oh, it's just a ripoff of Grey Goose. Fuck you, it's Grey
Fuck
Duck,
you,
you
Dale.
bitch. Suck a small one. And by small one, I don't mean anything sexual, because I don't want to get banned. Anyways,
banned? What's that? We've been banned a few times.
can, nice. If you'll notice, same thing as the blue, as the ox drink from yesterday, or from last week.
Wow.
The can.
2 weeks ago.
Was that 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
Last week we did the was it the
It was
the
last
vodka
week.
the vodka lemonade?
Yeah, that was the
Okay.
The 2 weeks ago was the plaid cup.
Oh yeah,
The
that's
plaid one.
right.
But if you notice, the can is the same thing, where it's a little cover instead of it like being the can.
That must be
like
like a cheaper way, and it's fine.
it might be just more of like for more local things to do instead of having your own. It's probably cheaper to have a wrap and just wrap it around aluminum can
Yeah.
instead of having your own custom can. So,
It probably costs more.
oh yeah, 100%.
I get it. It's fine. I get it. I totally get it.
I completely understand. I am okay with it. Let's do some features on it. So there's if you gluten free, there's got
Like
no
most- like
solidifiers
most-
or gluten,
Like most seltzers.
0 grams of sugar or carbs. So that's I got diabetes. This is nice for me. 95 calories and 5% alcohol per volume.
Love
so
it.
same thing as you're gonna get from a beer anyway. So I mean, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Even got some, they got some writing on the back here. I'll read this out.
Okay, go ahead, because I can't read.
What you're holding in your right hand, in your hand right now, is a can full of goodness. We are obsessed with taste and purity. Can you blame us? No one wants more junk, like gluten and sulfonylureas. That sounds awful. Grey Duck is simple. It's clean, brightly flavored, balanced, and completely unjunked seltzer, like nature intended. Grey Duck junk-free seltzer. That's pretty sick. Made, right here in ye old Minnesota.
Sponsored by Chad Greenway.
Yeah. So if you don't know, Grey Duck Brewing Company from Shakopee. So Yeah, that is. I would pick it up. I got this over at, Bemidji Liquor, the big old liquor store. Yeah, no, I mess with it. I would.
I like it. I would say the can overall is probably, I'm gonna say, a 8 out of 10.
Oh yeah, 100%. 8 out of 10 for the can. I want to see what it's like. I want to see what the other flavors might be like.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So, like, what the other colors might be. But otherwise, no. Can is an absolute hit. And I will say, I'll give it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5.
Oh, 4 out of 5. Easily the best thing we've had so far on Is It Shit.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
This is 100% the best thing we've had so far on Is It Shit. Grey Duck, you absolutely slapped it out of the park. I was a little bit skeptical because, like, I wanted this to be good. And I guess you've had it, but I mean, again, it's a surprise to you every week. You might have had it before, maybe you haven't. But
I know last time I had Grey Duck was at the last Twins game, well, the controversial Twins rain delay game. And
you and E. White were at that game.
Well, that blows my mind. I did not know E. White was there.
I thought I thought that was so funny because I saw both of you, like, your stories on it, and I thought that was absolutely hilarious. I don't know, pretty funny. But no, yeah, is it shit? No, it's good. It is not shit. It is damn good. I don't have my golden with me, but this is give this is give a golden a run for her money.
Ooh, really?
Oh yeah,
that's a hot take.
I would at the very least drink both during the show. 100%. 100%.
Well, I'm gonna drink this the rest of the night.
So this is it. We got 4 more cans. So
hell yeah.
But yeah, no. Okay, I guess that concludes. Chant it with me at fully ready. This concludes.
Is it shit?
That's gonna be nice. I really want to see if I can find a form. I feel like there has to be, where you can do like a 5 or some shit on people doing like the Wheel of Fortune chant, like do custom things for you. Because I will 100% do an opening with the Is It Shit, just enough so we don't get copyrighted.
Okay. I can send it to somebody and they can do it.
But here's the thing. We need it needs to be like an audience saying it, so it can't just be like one.
Oh
person.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I can make him do it.
Oh, 100%. Okay, as long as
he's very very talented in audio stuff. I mean, I'm okay at it, but he's really good at it.
Because we're gonna need like female vocals and it's got to have the whole 9 yards. But
okay.
Yeah, that concludes. Is It Shit? Good job, Grey Duck. Good job.
Yeah, good job.
Fantastic.
Very proud of you. But I'm going to start posting this on our Twitter page too of all the drinks that we have.
Oh yeah, we should probably we could probably have it each time Is It Shit?
Did that
Weekly post on. We do a weekly post on Instagram and on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
It could be our ratings for each drink with the picture coinciding with the drink.
Correct. Do you have photos? You probably don't have photos or any drinks to the last ones.
We can basically we can screen grab the other ones, but
okay, that's true too.
But also, hey, I have my nice old camera here, so we can take some nice old pictures too.
True, you can.
So we can 100% do that. Yeah. So let's move on. So what I wanted to talk about once we got out of the Is It Shit is we're getting into the season. So college hockey is coming to a wrap.
Correct.
College hockey is coming to a wrap. High school in Minnesota, high school hockey is now getting into the state tournament time of the year.
It's one of the best times of the year.
Section tournaments are about wrapping up. Edina is playing. They started about an hour ago. I'm hoping Edina loses. F-damn cake eaters. Once a cake eater, always a cake eater. Bemidji was knocked out of the first round, so don't really have a
which sucked because Joel Hoover from KBUN here in Bemidji, he actually had a very good calls. Had a lot of good calls on the game.
That's Joel Hoover, and I guess this is more pumping up Joel more than anything. But Joel Hoover, in all my listening to high school sports, being in high school while he was starting, listening to games while he was starting to be the announcer for all those. He is by far one of the best, if not the best, I've heard. He's super talented. He's super talented. He makes everything exciting. He makes every single sport exciting to listen to, no matter what. That is so cool. That's just so awesome to do, to be able to just have a natural act for that, basically. Yep. And also it's not just all talent. He has the skill for it. Mm-hmm. So Shout out to Joel.
Yeah. Shout out, Joel. Shout out. Hoove.
But so yeah, we got high school state tournament that's coming up soon. The biggest hockey tournament in the country for high school for around this age. Absolutely, the whole state comes together for it. And with college wrapping up,
together.
The Bemidji State University Beavers locked up the 3rd seed in the CCHA, so they will have home ice advantage for the first round. We'll see what happens after that. They'll host Bowling Green. Bowling Green, I guess, finished 5th. Or nope.
I don't even know.
6th. They finished 6th. The Beavers won 2 games this weekend. They beat St. Thomas both times, but St. Thomas, it's the D3 playing their very first D1.
Yeah,
so.
just wait. I want to say wait for St. Thomas in about 4 to 5 years. How good that team's gonna fucking be.
They'll need, but also what I'm scared of, it's gonna take talent away from Bemidji State.
That's also a factor.
That's what I'm thinking is because you're not gonna really take away from the St. Clouds and the Duluth. You're not gonna take away the Gophers. You're not gonna take away from them.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking away from the more smaller D1 schools like the Beavers who rely on undervalued talent.
Yeah.
And guys who are coming up and guys who are going to stay longer. Owen Sillinger is a Hobie Baker Award finalist, and he's an older. I'm pretty sure he's a 5th year.
Is he?
I could be mistaken. I'm pretty sure he's a 5th year. I could be wrong, but he's one of the. He's a leader on this team, but he's an older guy. Older in the sense of playing college hockey. Not
I get
older.
it. No, I get it. I get it.
It's a good point because that's what Jesse Pierce brought up before too, when she was on. And the Gophers locked up the 1 seed.
No way.
They won the Big Ten. A stat that I saw, which I thought I honestly wasn't shocked over. The Gophers have, since the Big Ten hockey conference started, Gophers have 5 Big Ten championships.
Let's go.
And everyone else in the other 7 teams have a combined 4.
Okay.
No other team has more than 2. Neither one of the Michigans have won the Big Ten.
I talked to a person who's in the know who may own a bar here in town.
Ooh.
About what they may do next year for realignment for the conferences.
What they may maybe break up the Big Ten?
Not necessarily. They're going to move some things around to make it more, I just want to say better for us, basically. You may see all Minnesota teams, except for Gophers, play against each other.
See, that would be very nice. I would like to see that. Overall, if I had my perfect hockey conference, would be basically the Minnesota teams.
Oh, I agree. It just makes sense.
From what I've had, so here's the thing is, I'm solid on 7 teams.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing is, you have to have the 6 D1 Minnesota, but also you need to have 2 other teams. You have to have 8 teams in a conference for an automatic berth to the NCAA tournament. So if you're a league that has 7 teams and you win your league championship, it's not an automatic berth.
Yeah.
So you need 8 teams. So my thing, you have all the Minnesota teams. You have Duluth, Bemidji, St. Cloud, St. Thomas, Gophers, and Mankato.
Yep.
You add North Dakota, without a doubt.
Okay.
I would say add North Dakota because North Dakota is basically they're kind of like, I know that North Dakota loves them, but they're it's like a Minnesota step school. You know what I mean? Like
it is, unfortunately.
Like that's kind of what it is. It's basically a Minnesota school at this point.
Yeah. It's fine. Everything's fine.
But then that last spot is I'm really basically every school of this is very close together.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I'm kind of thinking for the last spot, you could go with the obvious, which is Wisconsin.
Yep.
That'd be the obvious one with the rivalry with Minnesota. But that's really the main thing there. What I would think might be alternatives would be maybe not so much of a bigger school like that, but maybe something like a Michigan Tech or something like that to add in there. A Michigan, because it'd be weird to add a Denver or a Penn State to a thing that's central here, where Penn State's the only one traveling really.
And that's a huge deal for money wise, for travel wise, and logistics, and
it's not the same as the Alaskas, but it's
That's-
still it's
that
factors.
sucks. I feel bad for them.
Oh yeah, but like I feel bad for them, but it's it sucks to have less D1 programs, but at the same time, and also Huntsville, there's no more.
Forgot about Huntsville. We kicked the shit out of them every time we played them,
Well, Huntsville, that was also one thing is Huntsville was our rivals.
which is weird.
Yeah,
Should have
from
been.
fucking Bama. No, so that was always weird to think about how they're our rivals, but that'd be my perfect like hockey conference if we could have that. But yeah, we're rolling into this time frame now where hockey's coming to an end. Football's already done. Basketball's still going on. This is more of a high school and college because we got March Madness coming up. We are officially in March.
I need to ask you this: would you want to do a bracket?
Yeah.
Of the best whatever. A few years ago, we did the best video games bracket, and that was a lot of fun.
Okay.
And I think we did was it cereal or candy bars last time? One of the last times we did them. No. It was best sitcom intros.
Okay.
So we did like I think we did like
okay.
16 teams. Would you want to do that again? Or not again? What would you? Sorry.
Are you confusing me with somebody else?
Hey. Would you want to do something like that? It's a lot of fun.
Sure.
Okay, we just got to think about what we want. And each week we close the gap.
Yeah, we'll have to plan it out. We'll we'll have to plan it out. But yes, no, I'd like to do that.
Okay. Good. So we'll do that later on.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Let's see if this plays.
Hopefully it will. But that ends that part of the segment. Next up. Oh my gosh, Matt's having fucking technical difficulties. Of course, I'm the one who's ready. Okay, just saying.
Why?
Oh, there we go. Next up, we got Ted coming on the show. Twins Ted from Twins Daily. We're gonna talk about some Major League Baseball that's been going on. Talk about some Twins. Yeah, that's really what we got going on next.
We do. So with that in a little bit, you're listening to Beer Belly Sports. Be right back.
Beer Belly Sports. Well, some sports. More like half-assing for an hour or so.
Hey there, all you Minnesotans. If you haven't checked out the 7th Avenue Pizza in Minneapolis, well, you should there, bud. Premium thin crust frozen pizza. 7th Avenue produces the highest quality, best tasting frozen pizza available in the market today. If delicious toppings is what you crave, look no further. Their thin crust pizzas are made with the highest quality ingredients, including spicy sauces, hearty meats, and an assortment of Wisconsin cheeses. We promise no Packer fans touch them. The meats are real too, no fillers. Now in Bemidji at Lucan's Village Foods. Go to 7thAvenuePizza.com to find a location near you. 7th Avenue Pizza, before pizza became trendy.
Hello, this is Vince Wright, the sports governor of Minnesota, and you are listening to Beer Belly Sports.
Better than your mother's tater tot casserole, this is Beer Belly Sports.
Urban and Gerbert's most mouth-watering sandwiches are back. The Neuron, barbecued pulled beef brisket with a hot and gooey mac and cheese topped with citrus chipotle barbecue sauce. And the Beacon, a beef brisket topped with chipotle citrus barbecue, cherrywood bacon, and cheddar cheese. Two delicious taste bud tempting concoctions that are sure to please. And don't forget, it's soup season with creamy cheddar cheese and broccoli, hearty cheddar and wild rice, bold and spicy Southwest chili, all at Urban and Gerbert's, located on the corner of 15th and Bemidji Avenue.
People need to be entertained. They need the distraction. I wish to God that somebody would do something to block out the voices in my head for 5 minutes. The voices that scream over and over. Why do they come to me to die? Why do they come to me to die?
Okay.
Here's the guys. Beer Belly Sports.
Welcome back to Beer Belly Sports. We're continuing to be the semi-pro of sports talk. I'm Matt Geffrey, alongside of me, the one and only, the Minnesota dad himself.
That's me.
That's you. So, on tap with us tonight, he's one of the, I think he's one of the greatest bloggers of all time. I think he's good. I think he's hilarious, and I think he has a lot of good stuff. Also on tap with us tonight. You can see his posts all over Twitter, Facebook, and of course, like I say, he's an amazing blogger. Of course, his favorite sport is obviously baseball, and the Minnesota Twins runs through his veins deeply. He writes for the Twins Daily, so say hello to Ted Schwarzler from the Twins Daily. Ted, how you doing, buddy?
Very kind of you. Very kind. I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Not bad. I'm trying to do like 3 different things at once and trying to hold the phone, do the music, and do your intro all at the same time.
See, I kind of want to get your how bad did Matt butcher your last name?
I mean, it's better than like Schwetzler. So
Schwetzler.
I mean, Schwarzler is the go-to for most people.
Okay. Well, I'm generally terrible at names. I don't know what you want to say. I'm like Harry Carey out here, just butcher names left and right.
Hey, he's a legend, though.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong there.
That is true.
Yeah, so you're good. You're in good company.
Okay, good. I feel way better about that. So let's get into this. The Minnesota Twins, we all expected them to be in camp, beginning of February, and that shit didn't really go very well for us. And as diehard Twins fans, I was looking forward to it. I had a feeling about this. I don't know, for months, this was not going to happen. We were not going to get our Twins. We're not going to get any baseball, and we're going to sit here wishing that one of the other Minnesota teams do something, but they never do. It's typical Minnesota teams. So what do we do right now with not having any baseball right now?
Wait a week for March Madness.
Okay.
I mean, honestly though, as a Minnesota sports fan, obviously baseball is my go-to. Football is second. I'm a big Vikings fan. I do like the Wild. I feel like the NHL does a good job of understanding that it's like a niche sport, and it appeals to our fan base because Minnesota breathes hockey. So it's been fun to see them, especially with Kaprizov, have a young talent, not necessarily young, but young talented players, and have a good team, and they could make some noise as far as the Stanley Cup is concerned. And then I'm not an NBA guy. I'm a big college basketball fan, but Anthony Edwards is way too fun to not get behind. So the fact that the Timberwolves are relevant, even though now he's kind of hurt and on and off, and Cat's amazing, but he's not as easy to get behind as Ant is. It's nice that there's a little bit of a distraction from the sports that are being played.
I guess there's that. To me, I think Cat's a big baby, and he needs to stop whining about every little thing, and I think he's dragging Ant into it.
Yeah, that's not the influence that I'd like to see Ant have. But yeah, I would agree with that assessment. Cat's talented, but his own attitude gets in the way of clouding that, I guess, persona of his. It takes away from his talent.
So I kind of want you to take me through the last, I guess, probably 48, 72 hours, because at least at a certain point, there was at least the perception that we were going to get a deal done to have opening day be on time, and all that kind of unraveled. Take me through where you were. I mean, I was kind of following your tweets, so I was kind of at least halfway there, but what was your experience like for the last 3 days?
I am really tired.
I don't blame you.
This isn't my full-time job. I've worked remote for roughly the past 2 years, and today went into the office after Monday and Tuesday, and I just need a nap so bad after Monday. But
I took a nap today.
Monday was so much fun, and Major League Baseball has done such an awful job from creating excitement around things that should be exciting, like free agency and whatnot, because it's so drawn out. There's no deadlines and whatnot. But this offseason, there's been a frenzy at different points because of these self-imposed deadlines. So right before the lockout in December, we had a ton of signings, and it was awesome because we knew the lockout was coming. And then that happened again on Monday night or into Tuesday morning. And so hard to not be excited, but also believe in any amount of legitimacy. I wrote a piece that was essentially evolving at Twins Daily with all of the updates and what was going on, and Bob Nightingale's stories and or tweets, and Jeff Passan and guys that were in Jupiter. The problem, though, is so much, and that's why, like, writing as a blogger and writing for Twins Daily and writing for a fan site is so much more enjoyable, or I feel like it has not necessarily credibility, but like the ability to not be controlled by anything. Everything about Monday night ended up being a narrative for what Major League Baseball wanted. I'm not sitting here saying that I think that Rob Manfred was typing Bob Nightingale's tweets, but everything about that experience was, hey, we're careening towards a deal, and this is going to happen, and this is awesome, and this is exciting, and then they extend the deadline at 2:30 in the morning to 5 o'clock that night, and like give fans all this hope. But the minute that happened on early Tuesday morning, it was so evident that, you know what, we've put out all of this information that we're coming close to a deal. I think there was someone tweeted, one of the national reporters tweeted sometime during the day on Tuesday that the equivalent of where baseball was at was like the 30-yard line in football. And then come, Tuesday at 5 p.m., deal falls apart, and it's all the players' fault. And so it was just this constant media frenzy of like excitement and news and whatever. And then it all it broke down. Yes, it's fun to get wrapped up in that, because especially during the off season, when right now we don't have free agent signings because there can't be any moves since the owners and Manfred locked the players out.
Dicks.
But there's something, like, this was the most amount of news that we've seen regarding baseball since December 2nd. And then to have it just be this complete PR shtick of, okay, the owners are great because they put forth all this effort and the players are terrible because they didn't accept this deal. The best thing about this CBA negotiation in general is that we're doing it in a time period where players have a voice, and social media is so prevalent that we can call people on their crap. And like you can't just, and I think that's the part that the league and Manfred have not necessarily, I guess, predicted or planned for, is that you can't just, it's not writing to the paper where there's no, okay, the players can write a letter to the editor. No, like Mike Trout can get on Twitter and say, hey, how about you negotiate in good faith and don't wait 3 months to engage us on a deal if you actually want to play baseball.
I think it's more the it's not just the players getting screwed, it's the fans that are getting screwed.
Absolutely. And the whole both sides or millionaires, billionaires kind of thing is very boilerplate and tired. And as fans, we're getting screwed because the players are having to defend what the next generation is going to adhere to, or like Mike Trout doesn't care what the minimum salary is. Neither does Max Scherzer, who's been in all of these. Max Scherzer makes a ton of money. Max Scherzer cares that, the Mets are, obviously being on the Mets now, but any team is trying. They're not trying to manipulate, service time or sign 5 guys to the Major League roster that are making the minimum or whatever. The guys that make a lot of money are putting forth their best effort to sit out games and give up their paychecks so that the next wave of players don't have to go through the same things they did.
That's noble, and I love it that we have players who actually are sticking up for the fans. And I'm not blaming, obviously I'm not blaming the players and stuff. They want to play. They've been playing this game forever. They want to play. I think it's just more of ownership and the commissioner just talking shit and just like, let's move on. I do not care. I just want to see baseball. I mean, yeah, of course you go down to the cities. I mean, up here in Bemidji, we have a Bemidji State, but down in the cities, I mean, you can always go to like a Saints game, which are great because Saints games are amazing to watch. But there's something about going to Target Field, and you have that feel of Target Field. You go there, you love it. I mean, it's not like the Dome. I mean, Dome has its perks. I mean, the good times of the Dome. But
don't you shit on the Dome.
I'm not shit on the Dome. I'm just saying, like, there's good times with the Dome. But at the same time, there's something about Target Field. It's so amazing to see. It's just breathtaking when you see it. I've been there a few times, and I love it anytime I go there. I mean, the last time I went was during the Indians game during the quote-unquote rain out that they had, and that sucked.
Yeah, and it don't get me started on full rain out. I hate that in Major Leagues, especially Target Field. Like, hey, let's let fans in for a half hour beyond first pitch, sell concessions, have them drink beer, and then call the game off because now we've made some money and we're going to also move this ticket to a different day.
Literally what I did.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I mean, you know whether or not you're going to play the game well beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I mean, in the cities, too, the Saints, like Saints baseball is awesome, and I would love nothing. It sucks that the Twins own the Saints or have a ownership stake because it would be great for everyone right now to cancel their Twin season tickets and go watch Saints games. But like the allure of minor league baseball too is that like prospects have a value to go to a major league team, and right now, okay, cool, like we're gonna play minor league baseball because they're not impacted by the lockout. But they can't go anywhere until the lockout is lifted. And, like, guys that have been promoted, Royce Lewis, I talked to a week and a half, 2 weeks ago at Twins Daily, and, like, he more than anyone needs to get on the field and needs to reestablish himself as a strong prospect. In this offseason, he got added to the 40-man because he's good enough to be a major leaguer, and now he can't play and can't be down at spring training with other guys that are going to start in minor league camp because the owners locked out players. Like, it just, the entirety of the situation is beyond stupid. It just is dumb.
It's just been so, I mean, I've said it for a while, but when do you think was the turning point for Manfred officially being, I would say, the worst commissioner in the four major sports? Because, I mean, everyone likes to shit on Goodell, and I mean with good reason.
It's crazy that he took that title from Goodell, isn't it?
It is, because Goodell was literally he's famous for getting booed during the NFL draft.
Yeah.
Like it's so crazy.
Roger Goodell was like, "I want to be the worst," and Rob Manfred was like, "Hey, let me buy you a beer."
Genius.
Yeah, like he is an absolute clown, and. Yes, like a commissioner in sports is propped up by the owners, right? Like, the owners are their boss. However, almost every time that man gets in front of a microphone or has a press conference, he does something to like chew off his entire leg. Like, forget about putting his foot in his mouth. Like, he comes out looking like a complete schmuck. And I think really what the turn was for me, was the COVID season in 2020, 2020 last year. There was zero reason that they could only play 60 games. But knowing that they had this CBA upcoming, it was, again, how many games can we sacrifice, still make money, and the owners will be the last people to... They still made money. They still turned green dollar revenue, not red, in 2020. They just turned less of it. There's been no year in baseball that there have been negative revenues. That doesn't exist. You don't appreciate a sports team like baseball has without consistent positive years. But in 2020, they slow played everything against the players and tried to make it seem like the players were asking for all these concessions when really, again, just like we saw this year, there was no negotiation done prior to the point in which the CBA allowed Rob Manfred to institute a 60-game season. it's going to be the same scenario, and it's unfortunate that, I mean, anyone that has looked into what the break-even points or what the CBA and the negotiations look like, the league doesn't have any desire to play games in April. It's not. They don't have to give back money to their regional sport networks. They don't care because they make the most money in the postseason. There's no incentive for them to play games in April. So their goal will be to sit through April and then maybe start negotiating again at the end of the month, reach an agreement sometime in early May, and play at the beginning of June. I mean, there'll be some sort of spring training. You can't just tell major leaguers to show up and, okay, like, you're not going to blow out your arms or whatever.
It's not softball. It's
It's just, it's so disingenuous, and it's been predictable from the beginning, and they played into the exact hand that you could have categorized from the beginning. I mean, to think that you were locking out the players, and then Rob Manfred went in front of a microphone or released his first letter to the fans to say, hey, we're looking to jumpstart negotiations, and then you wait 42 days to engage the other party. I don't understand how you think that's going to be conveyed any other way other than you're not trying.
It's sickening. I mean, it's to the point where I really don't understand how the hell can anyone believe the stuff of the owner saying that it's not profitable to have an MLB team, and that's why they don't want to pay players more. It's just there's no way that if you seriously think that baseball's not, if you can't make money owning a baseball team, why do you own a baseball team?
Correct.
There's no reason to own an MLB team if you can't put a team on the field and fund them properly. Like, there's no reason why you can't pay players a fair amount. You have more money than anyone else will ever have. An MLB player, for how much anyone can argue with it, an MLB player, if you are at the top of your game and you have the longevity of, the greats, you'll play a 20-year career. But for most guys, you don't play 20 years. You play a couple seasons in the majors for, a good majority of players, and you're done. You don't have playing baseball, a lot of it, if you're one of the best, yes, but if you're just a guy coming in, you don't make that much money. The owners, their money will last so much longer.
And you spend the first 5 years of your career, 4 years of your career, essentially paying to play because the highest level of the minor leagues is paying you $13,000 for 9 months. Oh. But yeah, there's no asset in life that you would continue to own. You're not going to buy a house and continue to own the house if after a year you owe $20,000 more than you paid for it. So for an owner to suggest that it's not profitable and you lose money every year, I'm sorry, but how can you sell me that you're a billionaire, but you're an idiot when it comes to business? That doesn't make any sense. If your asset is consistently depreciating, you're not going to own it anymore.
Correct.
But there's no owner that's going to willingly give up their major league team because you turn ridiculous revenues. It's just, it's frustrating, and especially as a Twins fan coming off of last year, like, that team fell apart.
Oh, yeah.
Because of pitching, because of a lot of things, whatever. But that team, even as they stand right now, the Twins have one of the best offenses or lineups in baseball. And, yeah, they don't have pitching yet, but there's a handful of guys not signed. There's a handful of guys they could trade for. That team is not some dumpster fire last place team. So the fact that we're having to sit through no baseball and also not see them be able to turn it around with a extended Byron Buxton, a Josh Donaldson on a big free agent contract, an Alex Kirilloff healthy, a Trevor Larnach healthy, like, that's just the Twins. Mike Trout is one of literally the best players to ever play the game. Shohei Ohtani just won an MVP while pitching and hitting like no one has ever seen before. and we don't get to watch baseball because these owners want to maximize their millions over a couple $100,000. It's mind-boggling.
It is just, I don't know. It's hard to wrap your brain around, especially from a place of where most normal people come from, where, to us, all the numbers that is thrown around in the CBA seems like a lot of money on both, for both sides. But when you really dig down and look at it, if you put the same characteristics towards where, your daily life for your job, if you put the same, it's all about, the percentage of what you're being paid for how much your company is making. If your company is steadily making more and more and more, it only makes sense to pay your employees more. If you keep paying them at a level that they're not going, it doesn't make sense. Like, yes, you can be an old fart and say, oh, well, $500,000 is a lot of money. No shit. But let's really look about how much money your company is making compared to how much that $5,000 is really worth at that point.
And contextually, $500,000 for the guys that are being argued for is not a lot of money. Yeah, it's billionaires that are trying to pinch those pockets,
Bastards.
And they're making multiple millions every year. But there is no millionaires in this situation. Like I said earlier, Max Scherzer, Mike Trout, the millionaires are not benefiting at all from lower minimum salaries or guys reaching Super 2 faster or larger arbitration pools and things like that. Doesn't benefit them. They're well beyond that. They're arguing for $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 for a guy that might play in the big leagues for 2 or 3 years, that has played the last 4 years under the poverty line. Like, It's not millionaires versus billionaires. That's boilerplate nonsense.
Yeah.
When I played town ball, I played in a few different towns for town ball, and obviously you don't get paid for this shit, but just for the love of the game, you go out there and you play the best you can, because you may never play this game again. And I think a lot of players feel like should be. You're playing to get into the next level. You're playing to get into the show. And I do feel for these guys. These guys are in the minor leagues, the AAA, the AA's, and the A's, how they struggle. They sleep on cots. They sleep on the ground. They sleep in 4 or 5 per one bedroom. It is tough. I feel bad for them for all the shit and the struggles that they go through, and them just trying to make it day by day and hope for the best. Because it feels like a semi-pro. It is kind of semi-pro, but it feels like a semi-pro type feel, and they don't feel like they get enough backing from the pros, from the major league teams. They just need.
There's not enough investment.
There's not, and it needs to be. Because they need to be. I'm not saying coddled, but they need to be compensated more for all the stuff that they have to go through and their families have to go through for all the stuff for years. Because they may be the minors for 5-10 years.
Nobody should. You should not have to share a one bedroom apartment with 5 guys. That shouldn't be a thing, especially when you're playing for an organization like. Not even just nitpicking like the Yankees or Dodgers. Any organization in general, you should not have to live like that.
And then call it professional baseball and hide behind this idea that, you're privileged because you're the elite of the elite. Well, yes, you are. You are the best of the best. You were drafted, but also we're gonna, throw you in a shanty until we deem that you're worth being paid.
I want to jump into a little bit of a softer topic, a little bit of a more happier topic.
Yay.
So, Ted, you have a blog. Isn't it off the baggie, right?
Yep.
So I looked at one of your articles, and you have, for the top prospects coming into this year, you have Royce Lewis at number 1, which on most lists I think would surprise some people, just because people more than less. I'm not one I really think Royce Lewis can make a difference, but a lot of people kind of have a little bit less of a bright light on him as they did when he initially came up. What do you have to? I know you said you just talked to him pretty recently, but for ranking him number 1, what made you come to that decision to have Royce Lewis as your number one prospect coming into this next season?
Yeah, I think both the Twins' two top prospects have warts. I mean, Austin Martin was acquired in an awesome deal. If the Twins weren't going to pay Jose Barrios, getting Austin Martin and Simeon Woods Richardson for him was a huge come up.
Oh yeah.
But the fact that he is also not a shortstop, and he's going to be probably a center fielder somewhere in the outfield because he's not playing center field in Minnesota.
Yeah, not for a while.
And he also didn't hit for power, which I think will come, but he didn't hit for power last year. There's a lot to like there, but he has warts. Royce Lewis, on the other hand, same kind of thing. I mean, he was the first overall pick. He was a huge prospect throughout his minor league career. However, had a down 2019 season and then missed all of 2020 because of COVID, despite I'll touch on that in a second, but then missed all of 2021 because of the crazy ACL tear in Texas winter. Apparently they got ice and whatever. But you go back to what made him that valuable of a prospect, and it was because of his athleticism, because of his ability to hit, and because of his ability to play defense, and because he's so fast. And he, too, may not be a shortstop. There's questions about his range. There's questions about his arm. And then in 2019, he brought up questions with his production regarding his bat, and he had the leg kick that he kind of brought on, I think, on his own, and struggled to control the plate and hit for power like he was expected. But 2020, when he was at the alternate site, there was a handful of us from Twins Daily that would go to the alternate site pretty regularly and go see workouts and talk with guys and whatnot. And not just the guys that are competing, but coaches, staff, whatever. And he drew very solid reviews the entire time. So the fact that he hasn't played for 2 years, he hasn't played in a game for 2 years or a professional game, but he's played. Last year, he obviously couldn't, rehabbing that injury, but it wasn't like there weren't strides made that people didn't see in 2020. And now also outside of the knee injury and whatnot, the fact that he is notably faster. When I talked to him, like I said, two weeks ago or so, he had been clocked. I don't know if you saw the interview on Twins Daily, but he'd been clocked at 3.85 from home to first, which I don't know, like, you know, comparison-wise, what that looks like across the board. But Byron Buxton runs 3.9 from home to first per StatCast. So Royce Lewis was faster than that a couple weeks ago. That's ridiculous.
That's scary.
Speed.
That's impressive. That's really impressive.
It's not just oh, okay, I'm healthy again. You're talking about a kid that was 18 or 19 2 years ago, and now has added muscle, has added understanding of dynamics and how to run and how my body works and how to eat and how to lift. Like a guy like Akil Baddoo, I remember watching Akil Baddoo the year he got drafted down in Fort Myers, and he was a scrawny kid and he looked like he had some things put together. And then the year before he had Tommy John surgery, I remember him coming back and he looked like the Hulk that ate Akil Baddoo. Like he was just a monster.
Damn.
And it's just you put a guy in a major league setting where they have nutrition and they have weightlifting regimes and whatever. Yeah, it was crazy what he did last year for the Tigers because he hadn't played above high A. But I mean, that's how like progression isn't just statistical production. It's understanding how to be a professional baseball player, eat, sleep, breathe the game, grow your body, that kind of thing. So for Royce and Austin, I think that there's a better chance that Royce sticks at short. I think he has better tools. I think he has a higher offensive ceiling. I think they're both going to be very good players with a potential consistent all-star level of ability, but I think that the ceiling is higher for Royce still, and that's why I kept him at number one.
Okay, I love it.
That's a very good answer.
This is why you bring on someone who actually knows what they're talking about. So.
Yeah, unlike us dumbasses, like, what? I don't know. We'll just ramble about shit and hope for the best. Ted, we don't want to take very much more of your time. I got a couple more questions to ask you, And I think the Minnesota dad himself will probably ask a couple more questions too. Where do you see the Twins in the next few months? Let's say like everything works out next week. Where do you see them like going down the road, like spring training? I guess their spring training roles. Who do you see them like picking up to be on the roster?
Yeah, my thought has constantly been from the get-go that they will probably add their ace or their frontline pitcher via trade. I mean, really, the only guy out there still is Carlos Rodon. They're not going to sign Clayton Kershaw. He just doesn't make sense to come to Minnesota. But Rodon, there's some sensibility there from a Twins perspective in that maybe you get an ace at a discounted price because there's questions about his arm or health. And maybe you don't have to pay him. I mean, Derek Falvey and Thad Levine have been pretty consistent about not giving more than a 3 or 4 year deal to a starter.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that works out in their favor, but I wouldn't be shocked if they trade for a like Frankie Montas or Chris Bassett or someone like that from Oakland. I like Tyler Mahle a lot from Cincinnati, but I mean, all those guys, you're giving up major league and prospect ready talent for them. However, I mean, while that hurts, it's the alternative if you don't want to spend dollars. You got to spend something. So you either spend dollars or you spend prospect capital. And if you're not dabbling on the free agent market, then you're going to the trade situation. And I've kind of contended that to be the case from the get-go. I would also call immediately on Jake Odorizzi if the Astros are at all. I think he had a down year last year. I don't think he really likes it there. There were a couple contentious, I guess, comments from him during the postseason, and I think you could get him for relatively cheap. I think he'd be a 3-4 starter for you, and the more guys you can stack like that in your rotation. The problem that they struggled with last year is that they settled on Jay Happ and Matt Shoemaker, who were fine in and of themselves and looked okay as signings because their numbers were okay.
Yep.
But they needed to build a rotation after their number 3, so Pineda, of more number 3s, guys that could be Michael Pineda at worst, and they built their rotation with Shoemaker and Happ, who probably at best are Pineda and at worst are out of the league.
Yeah.
So I think a big thing for a lot of Twins fans last year, near a season that was basically already over, was the emergence really of Joe Ryan. Kind of everybody putting their hope on him for this upcoming season. Where do you see Joe Ryan fitting in to this rotation? Say that the Twins make a couple moves. Where would you see him on the Twins roster? Where do you see him playing this season, or what spot is he in?
Yeah, I think he's a lot better bet than Bailey Ober to stick consistently over the long run. I think both are legitimate rotation pieces. I wouldn't be shocked if Joe Ryan is like a number 3, but I think he's probably more of a 4-5. It's tough to compete with the repertoire he has. I mean, you're throwing 92 miles an hour. That doesn't really play in the big leagues anymore unless you have incredible movement. He keeps batters off their or on their toes. He doesn't give up a lot of walks. I think he's probably going to give up quite a few homers over the course of his career just because that tends to be hittable. But yeah, I think he's a legitimate rotation piece that there's probably not a ton more in the tank than what we've seen. Like, he's never going to be an ace or a Jose Barrios or anything like that. But Michael Pineda's had a really good career for himself, and he's probably been one of the Twins' best free agent signings since Derek Falvey has taken over. And if that's what Joe Ryan is, there's nothing wrong with that, especially being able to acquire him for a 41-year-old Nelson Cruz for 2 months.
So I guess we kind of ask everyone this, but I kind of wanted to see yours. I don't know if you're don't know if you partake in alcoholic beverages, but if you do, or if you don't, what would it be? Or if you do partake, what's your beverage of choice?
So I do. I'm a beer guy. Well, I used to be a beer guy. I like IPAs, but I'm definitely a bourbon fan at this point.
Yes.
I love bourbon. one of my buddies is a huge bourbon fan and got me into like searching the allocated stuff and whatnot. So I'll have probably like 10, 15 bottles to rotate at a time, but I'm big into bourbon.
Jesus.
Okay.
I like Blanton's. I like Caribou Crossing. There's a handful that I like go to, I guess.
Sweet.
All right.
I'm more of a Jack guy. I mean, I'm pretty basic. A Jack, and then I've been trying Jameson Orange lately. It's so good.
Okay.
It's great. It's great with lemonade.
I dabble in like cocktails or because like most times if I'm gonna drink bourbon, I'll just drink it neat or on the rocks. But
nice.
My fiance has kind of gotten into trying stuff with me. She's a little bit more adventurous than I am, and she's gone from Screwball to trying like actual bourbons and whatnot. But she'll get me every once in a while to try like the flavored stuff and whatnot. And there's some pretty good stuff out there.
There's some good stuff.
Nice. Love it. Love that. I think the last question I got for you is just kind of curious. Give me what is your top 3? Now, this isn't not necessarily the best, but your top 3 twins of all time.
Mauer's number 1. I'm a huge Joe guy.
That's fair.
I mean, I'm 31, so I didn't see the crux of Puckett. I think they're both very, very similar career-wise as far as ability and talent and whatever. Kirby obviously gets the nod from so many people because of the postseason dominance in the World Series. But, I mean, really, those are team things. And, yes, he did dominate in the postseason, but I don't think that deters from how good they both were. I mean, if we're going, like, best or whatever, I would say, Puckett and Carew are probably right there. Favorites, though, I was a huge Christian Guzman guy as a kid.
Okay.
I always go back to him. So Mauer, Guzman, a third. I liked Morneau quite a bit.
Okay.
There's really, I think my affinity for Joe is just so much higher than everyone else that it's like, I mean, he was literally an icon. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He played for his hometown team. I think that there's a lot of guys that I remember fondly, but they just cycle in and out through that. I liked Willingham. I liked Denard Span. I liked
Hammer.
Yeah, the Twins have had some good fan favorites over the years. Cuddy would probably be up there.
Yes.
Too.
I love Cuddy. The Magic Man. Have you ever seen do magic tricks?
Yeah, he did. We had him as a guest one year for the Winter Meltdown at Twins Daily's Winter Meltdown, and he was doing magic tricks at the bar. It was awesome.
Hell yeah.
But I loved that in an era when Ron Gardenhire would put anyone that could bunt out on the field in a utility role, like Bartlett and Punto and whatever. I love that Cuddy had utility and could actually be talented at the plate. I remember he played first base, second base.
Yep.
I think he played third and then outfield one season. And it was like, this guy's playing all over the place, but it's not just because he's got a glove or because he's fast. Like, he's actually good, and they're just trying to find ways to get him in the lineup.
I remember that. I thought Cuddy pitched at one time, too.
Probably did.
I wouldn't be shocked by it.
I want to leave you, Ted, with a very an interesting fact that you may or may not know. A name that rings a bell to Twins fans as a niche player, Lou Ford. Lou Ford.
Love Lou Ford.
To this day, is still playing baseball.
Where?
For the Long Island Ducks, still, correct?
There we go. Yeah. He knows his. Damn, I tried to slip one past it, but you already knew it. Damn.
Isn't he 40? He's got to be 44, 45 at this point.
45 is what I saw. They did a story on him just very recently about how he's still. I can't remember if they said if he was player manager or what exactly his role is, but.
Yeah, I believe he started or did that like a couple years ago. I don't know if it was a consistent thing, but he even as recent as like 2-3 years ago, he would still go down in, I can't remember if it was Mexico or Venezuela in Winter League, but he would play summer ball or winter ball in warm climates, and like 40 some years old, he would post respectable numbers. I mean, people are paying him to play. So.
Reggie Dunlap over here.
Hey, he's you know what? You can get paid to do it for the rest of your life. Do it.
Yep, absolutely.
That's great. Well, Ted, we don't want to take up more of your time. We are for sure going to talk more when the season actually kicks in, and we get more into Twins talk. What do you say about that?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Anytime you guys want.
Awesome.
Love it.
All right. Thanks, Ted. Thanks for joining us here on Beer Belly Sports.
Thanks, Ted. Love you, dude.
Have a good night, guys.
Thanks, bud. So that was Ted from Twins Daily, and he is phenomenal, and he's so smart when it comes to baseball, and just really, for sure, obviously Twin stuff, but he's very smart and he knows the stuff. You can go to twinsdaily.com. You can check out all the stuff. I know they have Facebook. I know they have Twitter. You can read all his blogs there, and I wish I should have done it, and I did it again.
You should have had him read off his stuff.
Yeah, I know. I did it. It's the second time I've done that.
But go follow him on Twitter. At the end, I just meant to be like, at the end I said, "Hey, love you, man." I meant that as like a friend. Hopefully, like it seemed a little awkward at the end.
Sure,
it's fine. It's a little awkward at the end. I mean, but no, go follow Ted. Super knowledgeable dude. He is such a. Again, if you follow Twins baseball on Twitter, follow him. You've probably seen his stuff. You've probably seen his tweets. You've seen his low. You've seen it somewhere. Go check him out. Go look him up. Ted is an absolute legend. Awesome dude for coming on the show with us. And no, honestly, can't really ask for much more. Like, the dude knows his stuff. He'll give you what you need to know. He's not gonna bullshit you, from what I can tell. Just, stand up dude. I don't know. I really like it. I'm trying to stall now because Matt's having an audio issues again.
Dumbass over here trying to figure shit out, and it's not working for music.
Nah, Matt is just not having it. I don't know what you're doing over there, but
I don't know either, and it's driving me nuts, and I can't figure out why none of my music is working anymore.
I don't know. You must have done something. You must
have
done
screwed up. You just keep stalling. I actually will go inside the system and try to find music myself.
But go follow Ted on Twitter at TLSCHWERZ. Go follow him. I don't want to butcher his name like Matt did, so
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna hold off on that for a second. But yeah, no, that was really awesome talking with Matt. I think I've said this before. I'm not sure if I've said it in the podcast. My first love is baseball. Baseball is my one true love. That is my vibe. So I love talking about Twins baseball. I love talking about all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. That's
good. I feel. All right, well, when we come back, we still I want to get into some Wild. What the fuck's happening with the Wild? We'll talk about that.
We got more coming up. So
we do.
Stick around, and you're listening to Beer Belly Sports.
Joseph, come on! It is gone! No, he missed it! Good. Are you kidding me? He missed it right. He missed it right. Oh, my heavens.
So, there was that. Beer Belly Sports Podcast.
Hey there, all you Minnesotans. If you haven't checked out the 7th Avenue Pizza in Minneapolis, well, you should there, bud. Premium thin crust frozen pizza. 7th Avenue produces the highest quality, best tasting frozen pizza available in the market today. If delicious toppings is what you crave, look no further. Their thin crust pizzas are made with the highest quality ingredients, including spicy sauces, hearty meats, and an assortment of Wisconsin cheeses. We promise no Packer fans touch them. The meats are real too, no fillers. Now in Bemidji at Lucan's Village Foods. Go to 7thAvenuePizza.com to find a location near you. 7th Avenue Pizza, before pizza became trendy.
Hey guys, it's Justin Ekstrom from CanSI and CanSI Sports out of St. Cloud, Minnesota. Don't worry, my parents don't listen to my shit either. And you're listening to Beer Belly Sports on whatever app you're listening to Beer Belly Sports on.
One of the best podcast in the world. Kind of. It's just another half-ass Beer Belly sports show.
Urban and Gerbert's most mouth-watering sandwiches are back. The Neuron, barbecued pulled beef brisket with a hot and gooey mac and cheese topped with citrus chipotle barbecue sauce. And the Beacon, a beef brisket topped with chipotle citrus barbecue, cherrywood bacon, and cheddar cheese. Two delicious taste bud tempting concoctions that are sure to please. And don't forget, it's soup season with creamy cheddar cheese and broccoli, hearty cheddar and wild rice, bold and spicy Southwest chili, all at Urban and Gerbert's, located on the corner of 15th and Bemidji Avenue.
This is Beer Belly Sports with Jeffrey and Jared Hastings, a.k.a. the Meanie Sorted Dad.
Welcome back to Beer Belly Sports, where we continue to be semi-pro of sports talk. I'm Matt Jeffrey, alongside me, the one and only the Minnesota Dad himself.
You fucked my ears there, Jesus.
I'm sorry, I basically just yelled.
Checked on Twitter. Ted followed me back on Twitter, and he also followed Beer Belly Sports back on Twitter. But more importantly, he followed me back on Twitter. So.
What the fuck?
Get shit. Well, he might have followed you back.
Maybe I didn't really see, but
he followed Beer Belly Sports back, and he followed me back. So Ted, absolute legend.
Thank you. So, I didn't put it on here. Shit. Oh, I did put it on here. Okay, good.
What did you do?
I forgot to put this fucking sounder on.
This team stinks worse than a 2-day-old casserole. Here's the Minnesota pile.
Well, shit. 6 out of 7 games we lost. What the hell's happening to this team? Did you watch any of it?
I've watched a couple. I watched it a little bit throughout this stretch, and it's not been pretty.
I was very disappointed last night. I watched the Flames. Once again, we get our teeth kicked in by the Flames, which shouldn't happen. I think they're also on a 10 or not 10. Maybe it's like a 8-9 game winning streak. But they've been looking really good too. But it's that's a really young team. And why are we not doing the shit that we're supposed to be doing?
I would mainly blame. I don't really know what to blame here. If I were just to from an outside perspective, I would say it's kind of hard not to blame the goaltending.
Yeah,
we lost 5-1. And don't get me wrong, it's not just the easy, simple switch of let's put in the other goaltender, because we lost 3-7 to Calgary again.
We suck against Canada
with Kakkonen. They're playing like fucking cock. Jesus.
It's either like last night was more. We were very good physically, but I can't remember his name. But this guy was he didn't know where in the hell to play. He was around the boards. He was keep his head on swivel, but not trying to find the puck.
I mean, here's what I'll say: is this is at least the Wild have not had a point this year until now where it's been we're really shitting the bed. This is the first time this has happened. Hopefully, it's just a quick skid. Hopefully, it's just a quick skid. No matter how, again, the Wild still shat the bed. We are still third in the Western Conference
somehow,
or I guess in the Central. We still have a playoff spot locked up right now. We have 65 points right now. Wild card Nashville are on our heels at 64 points. So we got to get our shit in gear quick.
Yeah, because if we fall and we get to fall into a wild card spot, we have to play the fucking Avs. We're gonna be done.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, this is a damn good hockey team. It still is. You can have hiccups as a damn good hockey team. That happens. That's really where it is right now. And I mean, there's not much else you can really say. There really isn't. Boys are still playing. The boys are still buzzing. Don't get that up. We got 2 months left, though, of regular season hockey. 2 months left. We got Philadelphia and Buffalo up tomorrow and Friday. Then we got 2 home games. We got Dallas on Sunday, and then we got the Rangers at home on Tuesday. So we got some games coming up. Philly is not doing good. Philly right now is 16, 27, and 10. But who the fuck matters about fucking record, I guess?
Boo!
But in Philly, shout out E. White.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out E. White. Hopefully they can just, I don't know, do their business. Their leading point scorer has 39 points. Let's look at Kirill Kaprizov, who has 64 points. So,
okay, check.
We're getting the points. Literally, he would be, what is this? What did I just say? He had 39 points. He wouldn't even be in the top 3 for the Wild.
Okay.
So,
but along those stretches, though, there has been plenty of times where the Wild has scored 5, 6, 4, 5, 6 points, goals a game. It just for lately just been defense. Now, do you say because Dumba's been out? Has that been a problem?
I mean, I could see it. Like Dumba, even if people don't say he's, a lot of people are kind of shit on Dumba a bit. Even if you don't like Dumba brings a spirit to this team.
Yep.
So, but the last games for the Wild, we lost 5-1 to Calgary, lost 3-7 to Calgary,
Ew.
lost 3-1 to Toronto, lost 3-4 to Ottawa. We beat Edmonton 7-3.
Shit.
This is a team that has 2 of the. I'm pretty sure they're Connor McDavid and another guy in the Oilers. They're top 3 in points. Like him, like within the top 5, the Oilers have 2 guys in the top 5.
So is that.
Then before that, we lost to the Panthers 2-6. Then we lost to the Winnipeg Jets 3-6. This team is, I don't know. This team is still a good team. Don't give out hope. I don't want to see this shit of people losing hope in this team. This is still a good team. Don't lose faith. Be happy we have not had that many hiccups this year, and this is a Minnesota sports team. Did you really think you're gonna have a whole season without hiccups? You live in Minnesota, or you're a Minnesota sports fan. If you chose to be a Minnesota sports fan, you're dumb. You've chosen a dumb path, but it's the path you made your bed. Now lay in it. You have to expect something like this to happen. So
it always happens, and a lot of people say. A lot of people say, especially the hockey gurus, they say like it's the NHL. Like Pat Micheletti will say all the time, it's hockey. It's the NHL. It happens all the time. That team will be fine. This is what happens throughout the year. I don't know, man. I look at this team. I don't see any. I don't try to find the right word. Confidence. Yeah, I don't see any confidence right now, especially on that back end, on the blue line. I don't see any confidence. And the goalies, both goalies, do not look good.
I honestly, I know that he gave up 7 goals the last time. I think honestly, it might be about time to institute the era of Kokkonen. Put faith in him. Put faith in him. I said it last week.
You did say it last week.
Maybe wait until next season. Camtel is not. He's not clutching up.
No, you said this.
If it was
a couple
like
weeks ago,
year, if it was like last year, then it'd be a different story. But sorry, go ahead.
You said this, I think, a couple weeks ago when we talked about the Wild, that you're not a big fan of Cam. I mean, you are, but you're not. But you see him not as the main guy.
God, no. Well, he's 34 years old.
Yeah.
So he's not going to be here for that much longer. Kokkonen is a lot younger, 10 years younger, basically. Put confidence in the young man. Don't make him the backup. Like again, Cam Talbot, he was an all-star goalie.
Yep.
But also have you seen the games recently? Should he really be?
Dumba did the same. Not Dumba. Dubnyk. He did the same shit. When he went to the All-Star, the next few games, next few weeks, he tanked. It looked bad.
Yeah. So. I think give faith in Kokkonen. I think that's what should be the next step.
The year of the Kokkonen.
Yep,
year of the cock.
Year of the cock.
Love it. Love it. We're gonna call it year of the cock.
But
the year of the cock.
You want to know what team has been doing well?
What's that?
Take a guess. I want you to play the intro.
Play the intro.
Play the intro. We'll play like for the team. Come on, you know it. Come on, they've been doing good.
Not the Blackhawks.
No, we're not hockey.
Oh, okay.
You have an intro for them in your thing.
Oh,
come on.
I don't have them.
Oh, you don't have. Oh my God!
I don't have them up right now.
You know what team has been doing good though?
What?
The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Okay. I thought I made a funny post about it on the Minnesota memes about like the classic, the guy is like looking at the other girl's butt, just walking away.
Yeah.
I made a classic one of
the
Wild,
Oh,
and
my God.
a lot of people ripped this like, I'll always be a Wild fan. We still have a team. We still
I
have
mean,
basketball
literally,
team? I thought it was fucking funny.
10K Takes did the equivalent of that joke though, and they've been they've been doing fine because they did the Homer Simpson backing into a bush. And
Yeah.
So, but Timberwolves are still doing pretty good, like overall. Like, yeah, they did lose to the 76ers, but you know that's
fine.
For how many free throws that the 76ers got? No shit, they should have won. Let me get to my Timberwolves. Because the Timberwolves won last night against the Warriors. Was it last night? Yeah, last night. 129 to 114.
The boys now are going
finally.
to talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. Really, the only one who showed out for the Warriors was Curry, who had 34 points. Wiggins just shut the fuck down. Shot 38.5%. 33 from 3. Minnesota. Karl Anthony Towns, 39 points, 9 rebounds, and an assist add on to that. And D'Lo, who's been a fucking beast since the All-Star, 22 points, 3 rebounds, and 7 assists with 2 steals.
And he's showing the love to the fans now too.
Oh yeah. And then also, I said this before, and he's getting comparisons, and it makes me feel good about this. Vanderbilt, Minnesota's version of fucking of the Worm.
Really?
He's been getting comparisons to that, and I said this on this fucking show. I said this.
You said it a couple weeks ago.
I did, and it makes because the thing is what Vanderbilt does. He doesn't get points, but he gets boards. He plays defense. He's a defensive guy, and I think that's perfect for this team. Like, we talked about it earlier about how, again, there could have been a potential team with the Wolves of having Levine, Wiggins, Dunn, Markkanen, Towns, and yeah, that's a very offensive-minded team. But this team right now, look like the starting 5, Karl, Russell, Vanderbilt, McDaniels, Beverly. This is without Anthony Edwards in there. We beat the Warriors, and like again, Klay Thompson was out. Blah, blah, blah. We beat the Warriors 114-129. Like you can't come on. We were without Anthony Edwards, who has been an absolute stud this year.
True.
Like seriously, Patrick Beverly is again. We talk about this every time. Patrick Beverly is an absolute monster and a great guy on this team, building up the confidence for this team, and should be. He was posting some stuff on Twitter. He thinks he should be getting some Defensive Player of the Year calls. He thinks he should be getting some regular. I would. He is a very damn. He's a crafty guy. I would put him on almost anyone, besides like a big.
Okay.
Besides, I'm not gonna put him on fucking Joel Embiid. But like, I am fine putting him on any like again, point guard, shooting guard. I put him on some like small forwards.
Okay.
Like he is that good of a. He's just that good, and again, offensively pretty damn good too. 10 points and 7 assists. 7 assists with a steal and a rebound. I know straight up. No, I think he did. Overall, pretty damn. He's done a number for this team. McDaniel's also coming in. Anthony Edwards not in. 8 points, 4 boards. And off the bench, Beasley, 20 points.
Which is, he goes in streaks too. There's sometimes where he's like, why in the hell are you shooting that 3?
See, I think that before Anthony Edwards, people were like, oh, damn, Beasley's going to be the guy. Then we got Edwards. Yeah. Beasley 100% could start on a team.
But he's way better as a off the bench player.
Oh yeah, well like as a 6 man,
he knows
like,
the rule.
Coming off.
I mean,
well,
he knows his role.
Here's what I would say is Beasley he could compete with starters, but he wouldn't be better than them. But he is better than the bench players. He's in that medium right there. Like as a 6 man coming off the bench, hell yeah, he'll put up points. He'll put some threes. No, I love it. This team is pretty solid overall.
Okay.
Dejan Prince 11 points, and again Naz Reid. He's an undersized center, like still putting up points. The only thing this team really lacks is height. You really got only Karl is a big because Naz Reid I think is like, And again, we're talking about big in the course of basketball. Of course,
Yeah.
when we're talking about Naz Reid being fucking 6'9", yeah, he'd fucking tower over me. But as a center, a little bit undersized.
Yeah.
Even Carl isn't undersized. He's 6'11". He's basically a 7-footer. But we don't really have anybody above that 6'9" benchmark. So we really
True.
So, but also I'm okay with that being this team. Like
All right, well,
I say that honestly. Beverly kind of embodies this team, being a little bit undersized. Anthony Edwards, undersized, but fucking the heart of a damn lion.
He's the next Emmitt Smith.
Like seriously, no,
Undersized, going for it.
I've always wanted to be like a fan of the Timberwolves, but like this makes me want to be a fan.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I've always been high on this team, but I'm also a fan. Like my favorite players, like growing up, even if I didn't even watch them that much, my favorite players. Moss, Garnett, Torrey Hunter, and then when I was coming to the Wild, it was Miku Koivu. Miku Koivu's a god. I don't care. A Finnish god.
It's okay. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more Timberwolves we need to get into because
No, we don't have to get into more of that because I did want to say I wanted to get into one more sport.
Oh yeah, and then we got to do our myth connections.
Yeah. Well, do we got to do a break and go into it, or we just?
No, I'm just gonna play the thing.
Okay.
I mean, I did kind of screw it up. I mean, I didn't.
No,
really
it's
have 3
fine.
breaks.
You're just a piece of shit.
Thanks, Dad.
So the last thing that I kind of want to get into is we don't have Major League Baseball, but the one that we do have, college baseball.
Let's go.
We got college baseball, and we got D1 baseball, and I've been following the Gophers. And if you don't know, there is a Bemidjiite. I think it's Bemidjian. On the Gophers squad, who's gets.
Oh yeah,
playing
I
time.
do remember this.
Yeah, he is. He's mainly playing DH. Goes by the name of Otto Grimm.
Yep.
Same class as me. We're the same age, and he's a little bit more successful than me.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
But overall, he's been having a little bit of a down year. The Gophers, oh my God, they have been shitting the bed. I wish.
Been the past few years have not.
The
done
Gophers
very well.
have not. I wish that I could sit here and tell you, wow, these Gophers are doing really good. No, they suck. They are not doing good. They have 3 wins, I think, so far in the season. They just lost. They lost to South Dakota State today, 7-5.
The Jacks are pretty good though. They've been pretty good for a long time.
And when I look at it, some guys did okay. Sweeney had a home run today, and looks like the best player really on the team was Merla, who was 3 for 5. Jack Kelly 2 for 4. We got Sweeney 2 for 4. Bertram 3 for 3. Otto, unfortunately, 0 for 3. Our pitching really does us in. That's really where this team kind of kind of goes, is the pitching. Because the pitching was the big thing last year, how much they sucked. But again, it's not Major League Baseball, but it's still something.
Yeah.
But
we are going to talk with the Beavers, Bemidji State's head skipper too.
I know they took a tough loss the first one.
Yeah, he messaged me when I messaged him right away yesterday because we need one. I didn't have a guest lined up. I totally spaced it off.
Well,
until yesterday, I texted you, who should we talk to?
Well, we were kind of but then all the baseball stuff happened, and we were like, oh shit, let's get Ted.
Yeah, and then Ted happened, and he responded pretty quickly, and I said, perfect. And
okay, we love Ted.
Yeah, so I texted him, and I said, I thank you for joining us on the show, and he said, anytime, I'd love being on the show. So he'll be back on the show for
love
sure.
It. We love our boys and girls.
And girls, yeah. Jesse's always been a part. We are going to get more Bemidji people since we are more up here. It's, college. We will. And we are going to get Chelsea DeVille soon. I haven't got a chance to message her, but she's been on the show in the past.
Okay.
So she loves coming to the show, and she's one of those people who will, for people who don't know, she's the head women's basketball coach here for Bemidji State, and she is funny, and not saying that she's from South Dakota, but she's funny, and she's one of those people who will love drinking beer with you. She's one of those type people. And then let's see, we'll have Wags coming up as well too from 10K.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically kind of give you the lineup of what's going to happen soon. We do have hopefully a new guest going to sit right beside us. He used to be on the show a while back. I mean, 1, 2, maybe 3 years ago. and he loves it. He missed being on the show, and we're gonna have him back. I'm not gonna give the name yet, but
it's me.
Well, it's a teaser. It's me, Jessica. Name that movie.
Yeah, that's the
new.
Fuck, I was gonna say a thing. It left my brain.
Good. Do you want to get into what else? You want to get into before Misconnections?
I was gonna look up the Beavers, what they've done so far.
Oh, for baseball?
Yes, I was gonna look that up, but then I kind of spaced on it.
Sorry, I tendency to do that.
I was gonna look at the Portland Beavers for theirs. I'm like, no.
That's not right.
The Bemidji State University Beavers. Oh no.
What happened?
Wow.
So
the Beavers so far are on an 8-game losing streak. They've played 8 games.
And none of them been home either because it's always cold.
Oh
here.
yeah,
So,
not gonna
so
be, they aren't going to be home till April 2nd. It's scheduled, but that'll get pushed back. They lost to Rockhurst 4-game series. They lost 1 rip, 6-4, 4-1, and 8-7. Close games. Lost to William Jewell, Fountain Bluff at William Jewell, 10-3, then 7-5, then 7-6, then 8-6.
Yikes.
They're on an 8-game losing streak. They now have the Tucson Invitational Spring Trip. March 6th, they play Jamestown at 3:30. They play them again. So they got games on the 6th, 7th, 8th, 10th, and 11th. Yeah, the Beavers are off to a hot start, but you can turn that stuff around.
It happens.
You can always turn it around.
I mean, they're not even playing conference games yet, so I'm not worried about till they actually play conference games.
I mean, yeah. Well, isn't it? I guess is it South of Minnesota State in the conference?
Yeah, that's Marshall.
Yes, they play them during this tournament.
Okay, so yeah, you may see them. Well, you got to turn around by then.
Maybe they will. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. Who knows?
What else do you want to talk about before we get into Misconnections? Do you want me to stall for a little bit till you find them?
If you, I mean, I could. Yeah, if you want to stall for a little bit, just to make sure I have at least a couple lines.
Right.
Oh, actually, you
find some good ones.
They Minneapolis updated. I just gotta get the Misconnections camera. All good and dandy.
I love it how you have it set up.
Well, yeah, I gotta have a thing for it so that I know.
All right, you ready? Want me to play it?
Oh yeah, we're fucking.
Welcome
ready
back
to go.
to Beer Belly Sports. It's time now for Missed Connections.
My black trucker. WIA. New phone. Lost number. Yup, my big buoy misses that chocolate. Nice. Grand Avenue ATM girl with great outfit, and we said hi. Yesterday, as we were going into the drugstore, I said hi, and we talked for a second. You had braids, jeans, and a turquoise green sweatshirt. Would love to see you again. Message me. Woman at the birthday massacre show. Long shot, I know, but UF, we're down center a few people back from the stage, to the right of the neon yellow hairdo duo. You have long hair and you were wearing a black-red dress that I think was floral patterned. I was up in the balcony to the side of the stage and just thought you were so beautiful. Like the crowd slowed down around you, kind of beautiful. Anyways, thanks for making the show even more memorable. If you're single, reply and let me know. And maybe we can listen to Birthday Massacre records together or something. The fuck is that? MOA on 3-1.
I don't know what the fuck it is.
Around 4 to 4:30 p.m. on Tuesday, we kept crossing paths and glancing at each other for a while every time we came across each other. Zara, H&M, and the passageway before you left. Wanted to say hi to you, but you left before that. If you know what I'm talking about, reply back. Smiley face. You are cute and classy in the winter coat. You are beautiful. Hope you see this. Truth. Want to know what the saddest shit is? Is when you stop talking to someone. You talk to every single day because all you want to do is text them and see how they're doing.
Aw.
And be the one to make them laugh. But you can't because they don't want you anymore.
That son of a bitch.
I promised I would never hurt you, and I did. Moment of weakness. You had some genuinely cared about you. I think they try to say genuinely.
Close enough.
I made a stupid mistake, and I can never take back, and I have to live with that now. Damn. Okay.
That's pretty aggressive.
You're Prince Charming.
Allegedly.
You're a very handsome guy who was the volunteering at the hospital.
Aww.
You really have a gift. Seeing you in action, the way you calm down patients in their worst hours, amazing. The woman on your mind must be gorgeous and lucky. You are a rare 1% of men who have their shit together.
Okay, first of all, any nurses, male or female, don't have their shit together. I mean, like, mentally, they're so stressed out from everything. So, what's up is that?
Can Chisago.
Chicago.
We used to meet every week when you had the house to yourself. Your FB is deleted now.
Oh,
Get a hold of me.
Probably for a reason.
Okay. Well, my other plumber?
What?
Married woman whose husband can't seem to get the drain unclogged by
Oh,
himself.
no!
Posting with his permission, looking for a man who might have a better snake that can show him how to clean out my pipes once and for all.
Oh, no.
Wally World.
Shock.
Eddie, we have seen each other and talked several times. You are a very nice guy, and I would like to talk to you more. If you see this, please contact me. Ever heard of a fucking period? Jesus Christ.
It's a big run-on sentence.
Male looking for friend in Glenwood area. I'm looking for male friend and 2 in the Glenwood area. I am in the area often though the summer, and it would be nice to have someone to visit while I was there. 50/65. We'll do one more.
One more.
Job unfinished. What happened, Jake? You never finished the job that you said you would do. Talk to me.
Whoa. Good ones today. I love it.
Thank God they fucking updated the Minneapolis area so I could actually fucking get some good ones.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Instead of spreading yourself out.
That sounded
Good.
sexual, and I don't want to.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine. Damn, what a good show.
It was a very good show today.
That was a banger of a fucking show.
I enjoyed this a lot. This was a lot of fun.
That was a very, all that we did, so we talked sports, we unveiled the new logo.
Yeah, we did.
We drank some fucking Grey Duck, and that was absolutely delicious.
Delicious.
We talked to Ted about some very sad baseball stuff, but still, talked to Ted. Awesome dude.
Yep.
Love to have him back on the show.
He is going to be back on the show for sure.
Oh, yeah. Talking about some wild, talks about some college, talks about some high school. We covered it all. Got some good misconnections in.
Yeah.
Had some bomb-ass pizza from where else? Where do you think?
7th
Ave Pizza.
Duh.
Damn, that was almost completely on sync.
Sorry, fuck.
You want to know what would be the combination of the century?
What's that?
A 7th Ave Pizza.
Go on.
With herbs and grapes toppings.
Ooh.
Yeah, you feel that? Yeah, you feel that shit? You feel that tingly sensation? Yeah, you do.
Part of me knows that I can get this to work.
Oh yeah, no. Here's the thing: we can just buy the same. We'll get the sandwich. We'll get the pizza. We'll get the sandwiches. We'll make it. We'll create a monster together, and then 7th Ave will see it, and they'll be like, "Damn, profitable."
Or like I said, I would like to have a beer belly.
That would be the beer belly pizza. Would be the one with the herbs and. Oh my god.
With veggies, we're big.
No, not veggie with the herbs and grapes. Don't be veggies. It's gonna be
okay.
Whatever you get from herbs and grapes. Throw some bread on that shit.
I don't know if you can put. There's already what?
I'm putting peanut butter and jelly. I'm putting a peanut butter and jelly herbs and grapes sandwich on there.
Are you nuts?
No, I'm Dad.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
You look like you're jerking yourself
on the camera. Yeah. Oopsie daisy.
Okay.
Fucking idiot. What an idiot. So what did we learn today?
We learned that. Well, I guess learned is a. We already knew this going into it. Ted, knowledgeable, smart man, absolute legend. That's what we learned today. I mean, it's not.
Just both of us.
We just knew it. I mean, like we just knew it. But absolutely chill, awesome dude. Really hope to have him back on. Just, again, super cool. Now we know what kind of alcohol he likes.
Yeah, so make sure we get some bourbon for him. Should hang out with him down there, down in the cities. Sounds like a fun time. You might know a couple people that. I mean, Vince loves bourbon, cigars, and other things. That's different.
Yeah, well, Vince is in Arizona right now.
I text that son of a bitch because I asked him as well if he wanted to go to the Gophers pro day.
Yeah,
because since he's closer. I'm like, Vince, you want to go to the Gophers pro day? He's like, oh, I'm in Arizona for a few more weeks. The fuck, you been there for like how long? He's like, yeah, you become like a snowbird now. Must be nice.
You're kidding.
Must be nice. All right, well, that's going to do it for us. Thank you to the writers, producers, on-site engineer, who was known as both of us, and the words are red green. We'll keep your stick on the ice. Okay, bye.
Watch out for deer.
Bye. Have a good weekend.
Bye. Have a great time.
You like that? You like that?
Well, see you later.
We'll probably sit around and cook some soups and eat bread and desserts and just get all fat and sassy.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Minnesota!
You know, I really like that.
Yep, me too.
Are we in the right theater?
Congratulations, you just finished another episode from Beer Belly Sports. And since you're still here, let me tell you, you can follow Beer Belly Sports on Facebook, Twitter, SoundCloud, and usually about 1 a.m. after the diner has just shut down.